All right, so there were 4 games on the NBA schedule Saturday. The nightcap, Lakers, Timberwolves, LeBron, Ant-Man in L.A. And Minnesota came to L.A. with some ill intentions. We pick it up in the third quarter. You see the score, do the math. They're already up 24. Ant-Man over LeBron. Can't get it to fall. He ends up limping off, but he would return in the fourth quarter. Right before the end of the third, though, Lakers down 19. Luka! Ooh. He had 31 after 3 quarters, but they were still down 16 going to the fourth. How, Sway? Fourth quarter. It's now a 13-point game. Ant-Man, we told you he was back, and that is deep. Push the lead back to 16. And then here, Dante DiVincenzo out in front of everybody. Timberwolves house the Lakers 117-95. And look, the stars are going to play, obviously, but it's about that supporting cast for both of these squads. Look what the Timberwolves bench did. They went off, outscoring the Lakers bench 43-13. Huge performance from Naz Reid, 23.6 threes. And that bench also finished the game with more assists than LA's. More now from Los Angeles. Here's George Sedano.
And they threw the first punch. You guys threw the knockout blow. What kind of statement did you make today?
I don't know, man. I think we just came out ready to play.
Jaden McDaniels was phenomenal in this game. You know, what kind of mindset does he have when it comes to these kind of moments?
We tell him every game, man, be the MVP. Be the MVP of the game on both sides of the ball. And we knew this series, man, they was going to have faith that he wasn't going to be aggressive all night. And we told him throughout the whole week, hey, be aggressive the whole game. Don't stop shooting. Find your spots. Trust yourself. Trust your work. And he did that. And here you go right here, the MVP of the night, baby.
Jaden, let's talk to you real quick before we let you guys go. Just, again, what you were thinking out there, hitting all those shots, having to take on the toughest cover tonight. What was your mindset?
Man, just going out playing with confidence. I know all my teammates trust me and always tell me, shoot the ball no matter what, miss or make, and that's what I did tonight.
And you said this week to the media that everybody's picking the Lakers, and you like that.
Yeah.
So you also sent a text message to your group before this series started. What was that message to your teammates?
Just, you know, we the underdogs and be aggressive. Come out ready to fight. It's going to be a dog fight. It's going to be tough. And like I said, man, everybody got to trust their work, trust themselves, and they did that tonight.
How's the calf?
It's getting better, man, day by day.
And then lastly, how do you guys get greedy and potentially win a second game here?
Nothing different. Come out with the game, same mindset, and just be aggressive and try to throw the first punch and the last punch.
And Jaden, congratulations, guys.
All right, so new on SportsCenter, here's Wolves coach Chris Finch.
Chris, just what do you think overall of being able to weather a few storms that you had to do and kind of take control as the game went along?
Yeah, I thought, you know, after the opening few minutes, you know, I think we were just a little sluggish. I think excited. You know, I saw some guys kind of go through their first tank of gas pretty quick. But once we settled into, you know, the game plan and offensively, you know, picked up our pace and our decision making and, you know, the concepts that we had been focusing on, like, you know, things started to come together. Of course, our bench was huge, you know, outstanding job by those guys really coming in and giving us a jolt at the right time.
And just what can you say about Jaden and the way that he came through for you?
Yeah, huge. I mean, just his hustle plays early on. You know, his first shot went in. His hustle plays early on just kind of kept us hanging around until we could find some rhythm and make a run. He was outstanding at both ends of the floor, and you know, we need that type of effort from him. And you know, we've seen that through the middle part of the season when he's really kind of taken a massive step, and I mean, we saw it last year in the playoffs too. So you know, couldn't have been at a better time for us.
Lakers 22-point loss, tied for their largest margin of defeat in a Game 1 home loss in franchise history. Here's J.J. Redick.
They were able to get the start of their run was transition and a second chance. And if you look sort of at, you know, the effort offense areas for them, they ended up at 25 fast break points, which that's always skewed by the counter, so it's more than that, and 23 second chance points. So, you know, schematics-wise in the half court, we'll take a look at everything and see what we want to tweak and all that. That's hard to overcome, particularly when a team is shooting like they were shooting tonight.
With that said, that you got to go and look at it, and they hit 21 threes. How many of those did you feel like were ones that you kind of have to live with to wall up the paint versus ones that you would have liked to see contested differently?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go look back at everyone, but I know a number of those were in transition and off offensive rebounds.
All right, joined now by Kendrick Perkins. And Perk, look, it is quite obvious that the Timberwolves were unfazed and unbothered about starting this series against the Lakers in L.A. But how do you explain them going into that arena and blowing out LeBron and Luka?
They got on their ass like back pockets defensively. That's what they did. And a pair of apple bottoms. And listen, it started with Anthony Edwards. They had them uncomfortable, Reeves, the entire night.
I'm uncomfortable now.
They were pressuring up. They were physical with them. They were communicating on switches. They did a great job of sliding their puppies all across the board. And here's the one thing that J.J. Redick didn't say in his interview. He didn't say, I got to hold myself accountable for his defensive scheme. Because over the last 2 months, what J.J. and the Lakers do defensively is they load up boxes and elbows, and they dare teams to make three-point shots. And that's exactly what this professional team did today in the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have shot makers. Jay McDaniels have made threes in the playoffs before. He did it last year. Naz Reid is known for knocking down three-point shots. Anthony Edwards had a career year from the three-point line. So now J.J. Redick has to go back to the drawing board and make an in-series adjustment. What are you going to do? Are you going to play Jackson Hayes more minutes? Are you not going to play the small ball lineup so much? How can I get LeBron James going even more? Maybe try him on the low block to create mismatches so he could punish the smaller guys. Whatever it is, that was a total team loss all across the board, not just the players, but on J.J. Redick as well.
So to your point, 21 for 42 is what Minnesota shot from three, and Naz Reid was 6 of 9 off the bench. He finished with 23. Speaking of points, though, let's go to L.A. for a second. We mentioned how few points they scored in this game, especially since LeBron and Luka have been together. Everyone believes that Luka and LeBron can lead a team, obviously, deep into the playoffs, but they're going to need some help. It may not be the same person every night, but they're going to have someone else pull some of that scoring load. Is it Austin Reeves, or has it got to be somebody else here?
Look, Eaves, I said this before the postseason, and I was called everything but a child of God. LeBron James and Luka are the best players on the Lakers. We know this. Austin Reeves is the most important player on the Lakers, especially to their success. When Austin Reeves scores 20 or more, the Lakers were 27-9 in the regular season. Austin Reeves has to get going. Because you're asking LeBron James to do so much, at times he's playing the center position. Now you need that secondary ball handler and playmaker to not only go out there and get his, but create for others. And that's what the Minnesota Timberwolves did a great job of as well, is taking Austin Reeves completely out of the game. He made some shots late in the fourth, but again, it was out of control at that point.
All right, Perk. Appreciate the context as always. Quick question, real talk. When was the last time you saw some apple bottom jeans?
Back in like 2003 when my wife had them on when I first walked up to her and told her I wanted to holler at her.
Oh. But the real question is, did she have on boots with the fur? My man Perk, we'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, later.
The new bad boys, what they gonna do at MSG?
You know, that's a good question, because the last time the Pistons won a road playoff game, not one player on this current roster had yet to graduate high school, and 3 of the starters hadn't even started the first grade.
Oh, my God.
And you got to go up against Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. But Cade Cunningham, well, he was up to the task. About 40 seconds ago in the second quarter, we're tied at 52. OG Anunoby from 3. New York's up 3. They're up 5 with 4.3 to go. Tobias Harris, right before the buzzer, got it. He had 22 points on 7 of 10 shooting. OG Anunoby, 19 of his 23 came in the first half. Pistons were down 2. But in the third quarter, Cunningham was like, ladies and gentlemen, please, would you bring your attention to me? That's a tough lay-in. And then here, and 1. Pistons up 3. Cade, 2 hands, 21 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds in his playoff debut. The Pistons were up 4. Brunson, just gives it up and then just falls to the ground. He would limp up the floor, and then he would head to the locker room at the end of the quarter. Now, how many times we've seen this, though? He gets hurt, he goes to the locker room, and then he comes back as if, like, I'm here. Here's Tom Thibodeau on what Brunson did in the locker room after changing those shoes.
I think he grabbed his cape.
All right, so Knicks are down 8. When Cam Payne says, come move with the movement, he had 14 points off the bench. Next possession, here's Brunson. Floater. 5-0 run now for the Knicks. They're within 3 when Karl Anthony Towns misses a 3, but then it goes to Cam. He knocks it down. The 8-0 run ties the game. Next possession, Brunson. You heard the whistle, and 1. 10-0 run, and just like that, New York has the lead, but they were not finished. Payne, another 3. The run is 13-0. Now the Pistons are inbounding here. Cat with the steal to Josh Hart, to Brunson. The run is 15-0. Cat with another steal. Finds Brunson for another layup. 17-0 is the run. Cat had 23 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals. And the Knicks still playing the defense like a game of chess. Hart with the layup. The run is 19-0. And then Brunson to Hart. 21-0 run gave them a 13-point lead. They went 9 for 11 during that run. And then Brunson, 23 of his 34 in the second half. Dude's game is tougher than well-done steak. Third straight Game 1 win for the Knicks, 123-112. They get it done.
What ignited that fourth quarter run?
The defense, getting stops, running in transition, just converting on their turnovers. I mean, they played for hard all game, up 8, end of 3, and we just found a way to turn it on. We got to get a lot of shots to campaign, bring energy, and he was big time for us.
I mean, we were the better team for 3 quarters, I thought. And again, these are learning lessons for us, and we have to be honest with ourselves when it comes to that. We talked pregame about what experience is. You got guys in their first playoff game and understanding what playoff basketball is and what closing a playoff basketball game is and how hard that is. It's hard to win in the playoffs because people are laying it all out there.
Equal records, equally matched, and this Game 1 nail-biter proved it. Clippers in Denver, facing the Nuggets, and Peyton Manning was there. Clippers up as many as 15 in this one, but jumping to the fourth, Nuggets down just 3, and Jamal Murray says, no correction, it's a tie game at 81. All right, well, ensuing Clippers possession, same score. Nick Batum says, no, actually, we're up 3. Nails that. Now watch this. Nikola Jokic gets tangled up with Derrick Jones Jr. under the basket. The Joker thought it was a foul, and look at him get to the ref and get into it. You know what that's going to do? Big T, boom. Technical as Jokic was furious, tried to get a few words in, and he got teed up. Later in the fourth, Nuggets down 4. Here's Murray, again with the 3. Had a rough shooting night to start, but started picking it up in the fourth, and Nuggets down 1. Under 4 minutes to go. Christian Brown, the miss, but Russell Westbrook clean up on all 5. Lays it in, Nuggets up 1. Over a minute to go, Clips down 1. He gets a Zubats, the floater, and Aaron Gordon call for goaltending right there. What do you think? Yeah, okay, all right. Clips up again, 1. Under 40 seconds to go. Murray, guarding Kawhi. And watch that, he rips at the ball and it goes out of bounds on Leonard. That is not what you usually see from Kawhi, and you could see it all over his face like, that's not me. Yo, it was there. Nuggets get the ball back, 30 seconds left. Jokic, bullet pass to Russell Westbrook, corner 3, got it! Jokic said, that's who he is. And watch this. Look at how open Russ was on this one. Clearly they didn't respect the 3, but Peyton Manning, he does. He likes that. Ensuing Clippers possession, Clips down 2. James Harden with the floater. And game tied at 98, under 10 seconds to go. Jokic. Over to Westbrook. Try to get that shot off. Can he do it? What? Can't get it off before time expires. That's the Russell Westbrook experience in a nutshell. We head to overtime. Over 3 minutes to go in OT. Nuggets up 1. Murray gets it in the paint. Floater, got it. Nuggets go up 3. He had 21 on the night. Clips down, not anymore. Harden getting it in there. Clips cut the lead to 1. And then Jokic to Brown. Gets the 3. Nuggets go up 4. Jokic a team high 12 helpers, under 40 seconds to go. Clips down 4. Chris Dunn comes up with the steal, and this ball's gonna find its way to James Harden. Oh, you know what he can do from 3. Clips down 1, had 32 points on the night, did James Harden. But 10 seconds left, Nick Batum trying to inbound to Harden, and guess who steps in and causes the TO? Russell Westbrook. He said later, I just know that play from actually being a Clipper for the last 2 seasons. And Westbrook's hype, Harden frustrated. Westbrook bringing the D at the end to cause the turnover. Nuggets go on to win in OT, 112 to 110. They take a 1-0 series lead. And here's Jokic on his team's performance.
I think this is how we want to play. We want to play rough. We want to play a nasty game. So this is what we did. They jumped on us in the first half. I think we reacted, and they probably overreacted, and we pushed it back. So this is how our standard needs to be like this.
It was turnovers that was just, unforced. That's the game right there. It's nothing they did. It's us, all us. It's a little frustrating, just because it's self-inflicted and it's something that, we've been really good at, but even kill, come back in game 2, be ready to go, be even better.
Saturday was just the beginning of the Bucks-Pacers first-round playoff series. Dame Lillard, Giannis. Dame not playing, but he is expected to play in the series. That's Caitlin Clark, WNBA Rookie of the Year. Starts her season in 4 weeks. So off the miss by Giannis, Andrew Nembhard. Oh, okay. Little Euro step. Pacers up 4. And then here in the second quarter, Nembhard still in his motion. How about a little 2-man game with Miles Turner? See that pass one more time. So 3 minutes to go before the half. Pacers are up 14. Turner with the block. We're going the other way. Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, 3-ball corner pocket. Turner had 4 blocks in the game. Pacers led the Bucks in transition. They outscored them 17-1. Indiana's up big at the half. Now, check out Pascal Siakam here. So he loses it. Giannis recovers and pushes.
Oh, nice.
Siakam comes back and gets it. And then knocks down the 3. He had 25 points, 10 of 15 shooting. His 6th 25-point game in the playoffs since joining the Pacers. Mathurin up ahead to Obi Toppin. Yeah, you get the feeling this is a rout. 22 fast break points for the Pacers. They're up 25. Then Halliburton drives, gets fouled. Now, all of a sudden, he starts getting into it with Dame. Wow. Again, Dame wasn't playing. You seen that nice little Louis Vuitton sweater. Little talk back and forth. Siakam's into it. Everybody's like, point, go away. They win it easily. We're already ready for game 2.
It's a lot of talking. At the end of the day, I just want to hoop. I want to play ball, and obviously, we know it's the playoffs and it's extra, and all of that. But I'm focused on the game. Like I want us to try to go out there and win games and do it the hard way and do it, together. All the other stuff is, it's not my focus.
In order for us to win the series, we got to win on the road. So simple. We just got to figure out the way to win. And the moment we watch film, we're going to figure out the way, and then we're going to come back.
All right, so Indy's 19-point win Saturday was its 3rd largest in a game 1 of a series in franchise history. The other 2 were 1998 and 1999. Pacers reached the conference finals in both of those seasons, though there is some positive news for Milwaukee. Shams Charania reports that Dame Lillard, again, expected to return either game 2 or game 3.
I'm on fire. It's 88 over here.